before the whispers, before mankind walked the earth, there was one being who stood at the pinnacle of worship, a creature of fire, cloaked in piety, elevated to the heavens. His name was Iblis, and his story is a warning etched in fire for every single one of us. He was not always hated. He was not always the cursed one. He was among the most devoted. So why did he defy God himself? Why did he refuse to bow? And what chilling request did he make after his fallen request that still shapes your life today? Among the jinn, Iblis was unmatched. While others fell into rebellion or distraction, he immersed himself in worship. His sujud was deep, his remembrance constant. His dedication was so sincere, so absolute, that Allah granted him a privilege no jinn had ever received, a place among the angels in the celestial realms. He basked in the nearness of the divine. He heard what no other jinn heard. He witnessed wonders beyond imagination. In the courts of the heavens, Iblis was a legend, and he knew it. Beneath the veil of devotion, hidden in the folds of his worship, a sickness was growing, a quiet, patient, poisonous pride. It wasn't the kind that shouts, it was the kind that whispers. It crept into his heart as he watched the divine order unfold. With every act of worship, the whisper grew stronger. You were not just one of them, you were better than them. He began to see himself not as a servant among servants, but as someone chosen, exceptional, irreplaceable. His worship was no longer for Allah, it was for himself. Then came the moment of truth, the test that would expose what was hidden in every heart. A divine announcement shook the heavens. Allah had created a new being adamned from clay and honored him with knowledge and a soul. And then came the command that would echo for eternity. And there was one who did not move, one whose heart was now ablaze with something far darker than fire. Pride erupted. I am better than him. You created me from fire, and you created him from clay. In that single moment, the facade shattered. The worship, the piety, it was all a lie. He was not driven by submission, but by superiority. He had compared God's creation and judged himself greater. But it was never about the material. It was never about fire or clay. It was about one thing, and one thing only: obedience. And by disobeying the Creator's direct command, Iblis proved he had never truly understood what worship meant. He was cast out. The mercy of Allah no longer embraced him. The gates of heaven were sealed. He became Arajemtha, accursed, the one who was pelted away. But even then he did not repent. He did not ask for forgiveness. He did not beg for a second chance. He stood firm in his arrogance and made a request that would define human history. Grant me respite until the day they are resurrected. He asked for time, not to redeem himself, but to execute a plan of vengeance, a mission to lead Adam's descendants astray, to drag them into the fire that had become his own fate. And Allah, in his infinite wisdom, granted it, not as a gift to Iblis, but as a trial for you, for me, for all of us. From that day to this, the war has raged. He doesn't attack with armies of steel, but with whispers. He sits beside hearts, not thrones. He strikes with doubt, with pride, with jealousy, with the promise of a pleasure that never lasts. He whispers to the righteous, look how much you pray. You are so much better than them. He whispers to the sinner, you've gone too far. You can never be forgiven. Just enjoy your sin. His goal is never just to make you sin. His goal is to make you lose hope, to make you believe that Allah's mercy is beyond your reach. Conclusion, the choice that remains yours. His fate is sealed. His end in the hellfire is certain, a torment so severe it makes the fires of this world feel like ice. But your story is still being you, still breathe. You still have a choice. You can listen to the whispers of the one who was doomed by his own pride, or you can turn to the one whose mercy is vaster than the heavens and the earth. The fate of Iblis is a warning, but your future is a choice. Choose wisely while time remains. Written. Indeed, my mercy prevails over my wrath. Sahih al-Bukhari. And remember, his only power is to whisper. Yours is the power to refuse.